400-day weights can be taken on animals when they are between 301 and 500 days of age, with the information used in the calculations of the 400-day weight EBV within the TACE analysis. Animals do not need to be weighed when they are all individually 400 days of age on the day of weighing, but rather the whole contemporary group weighed when the average age of the group is approximately 400 days. When collecting 400-day weights, it's important that weights are taken on the whole contemporary group, as a subset of animals can lead to biased EBVs. Weights will need to be collected on the same day for all animals within the contemporary group, as TACE will not directly compare 400-day weights of animals that have been weighed on different days. This is important because if the animals are in separate 400-day weights, contemporary groups, any subsequent performance of those animals will be analysed separately. 400-day weights should be collected when animals are in as large a group as possible. Consequently, try and collect 400-day weights before any of the animals in a management group are treated differently. For example, before bulls are joined or females separated into different groups for joining. A management group should be recorded with the weights for any animals that have been treated differently or exposed to significant non-genetic influences prior to collecting their 400-day weight. The 400-day weight will need to be collected with an appropriate and accurate scale, with weights recorded to the nearest kilogram. Do not guess, estimate or use a girth tape to calculate the weights of animals. Either weigh the animal with an appropriate scale or don't record the weight. Ensure the yearling comes to a complete stop on the scale and they're not leaning against the side of the weigh box when the weight is taken.
What if some of the animals within the group are less than 400 days at the time of weighing?
For the growth traits, TACE will adjust the trait code to reflect the animal's age and the average age of the animal's contemporary group at the time of weighing. For example, if animals within the group are 290 days of age and therefore are below the 301-day lower limit for 400-day weights, their weights will be recorded by TACE as 200-day weights. This is an important factor to consider if weighing animals close to the age cutoffs, as it can mean that the contemporary group is reduced due to animals being split by the age limits.
I have brought all my weaners to one property to rear them all together. Do I need to keep assigning them management groups from the property they came from?
The management groups assigned to the animal's performance information should reflect any situations where animals have been exposed or treated differently to a significant non-genetic influence since the last piece of performance data was recorded. The management group should reflect the period of time between the current trait being collected and the previous trait submitted. So for example, if we weighed the calves at 200 days when we brought them together, but between 200 and 400 day weights they have run as one mob, then we can assign them one management group to reflect how they were treated, assuming no animals got sick or injured or affected in any other way.
A couple of yearling bulls were used for joining. How does TACE account for this?
Bulls used for joining will need to be assigned a separate management group. Members should consider whether there is an opportunity to collect a 400-day weight prior to the bulls being separated and treated differently, when they are in as large a group as possible. TACE will not directly compare the 400-day weights of animals that have been weighed on different days. Similarly, any subsequent performance for animals weighed on different days at 400 days will also be analysed in separate groups. TACE can analyse up to 2 400-day weights for each animal. For further information on collecting 400-day weights, visit the Angus Education Centre or give staff at Angus Australia a call.